right, welcome back everybody. We got West Broadway Grillers taking on OwO Gang for our last match of the day. This is the 5th match here, and if you don't know these teams, let's go to the team talk page. We got West Broadway Grillers, Devi, Jim, Sam, Toxic Cookie, and Ninga. And then on OwO Gang, we got Shogun Yams, Sleepy, Carlos, Falcon, and Matt. So IPS and Stormy, based on what you've seen from these teams, based on the stats, who are you taking for this last match of the day?
Right. So West Broadway, we've seen, has been, so far, one of the better teams. I think they're 2-1 right now. They did take, unfortunately, a loss, I believe, to Xylo, but they did beat Symphony and, I believe, Kraken Warriors pretty convincingly. So, they're doing pretty good for themselves. And, they have a pretty good spread. They have a pretty decent spread and pretty all right kills and deaths per minute. But especially with Devi on the Hydra, they don't really die a lot, so that's also another thing. Meanwhile, OwO Gang, again, that's the team I've said like many, many times at this point. Just, props to them, of course, the way they adapted from a tough week 1 loss to then coming back in week 2 a lot stronger. So maybe we're going to see them even more stronger now. Okay, that didn't make any sense. I just say even more stronger, but even stronger. We're going to see them even stronger now coming into week 3 against West Broadway. Who knows? They might be looking for an upset now. But personally, I feel like just that Hydra on the side of West Broadway is going to, give them the win here. So I feel like I'm going to go with West Broadway.
All right, Stormy, same pick or what?
Yeah, I played West Broadway way too much when I was. They're going to 3-0 for sure.
3.
Nothing against OwO Gang. Hold on. Okay, I checked to make sure Zach was still gone. You see, Zach is going to come in here any minute because OwO Gang is playing. We all know that.
OwO Gang.
Yeah, man, I swear. I promise he's going to come in here mid-set. I guarantee it. Like, I bet money on it. But,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, with that being said, like, it just really depends on what Epic/Sleepy does on that Charger. Like, he has to target Devi a lot and get the picks if they want to win this game.
Yeah, well, we are ready for game number 1. A 3-0 prediction, and I think a lot of people taking West Broadway Grillers. OwO Gang did look pretty good last week, but West Broadway has looked pretty dang good except for that Xylo loss. So I'm expecting West Broadway Grillers to win this. Maybe OwO Gang take a game, but we'll see. We're ready for game number 1, so take it away.
All right. Ready, gang. It's game number 1, and we see, of course, Hydra coming out on the side of West Broadway Grillers. No surprise there. Of course, they also have they shot, Zap, 52, just 3 hour weapons that work around the Hydra. Meanwhile, on the side of OwO Gang, we have the Octopus Nouveau, Tetras Jr., and the Charger. So, definitely different comps here. On one hand, you have a way more aggressive comp on the side of West Broadway Grillers. On the side of OwO Gang, we got a bit more of a gimmicky comp with the Tetras, maybe trying to look for some distraction ways to rush in. The Brush maybe look to mess around with those beacons and missiles, and then it's the Junior to pay and support for them. So definitely different game plans here, and we'll see how those go here. Right now we see Falcon on these Tetras, maybe trying to go on that right side, but isn't get spotted by Sam. So he's not able to really do much here as he's still on that right side waiting to make a play. Sam here knows he's on that left side with those missiles. He's going to definitely maybe try to push it. No, he's going to dip back out. Right now we see 2 down the side of West Broadway Grillers. Definitely an opportunity for OwO Gang to already push. And Toxic right now with a really good pick there on 1. On 2 now. Maybe he'll look for even more. He's going to pop that Booyah. Splash coming from the left side. Robin going to put it's going to be on the Rainmaker. And the Tetras do go down on the side of OwO Gang as a Brush drops down that right side. And right now, Toxic trying to take that Rainmaker there. But we just see 2 really good snipes by Sleepy. And right now, Stormy, no team has done much. They seem to just be getting picks on each other.
Genuinely surprised. Oh wow, another nice shot. Genuinely surprised. I expected West Broadway to kind of dominate this, but OwO Gang holding their own, and I don't know if I agree with the comp pick like Ever Brush and Tetris. 2 weapons that distract really well, but maybe that's the strategy they're going for. Maybe that's what they need to win this game.
See Falcon here with the Rainmaker grab. Sorry, Kalos, my bad. He's going to be waiting here for his teammates to get something done, but we do see that Zap drop down. They do get it to 54 anyway, but that is still 2 down on the side of Logan. We do see a splashdown come out from Falcon, but Dev is going to cancel that. Not happening. And honestly, right now, Stormy A, it's very weird weapons as, you know, currently on the side of Logan, we do see Falcon struggling with Tetris. You can't really see him find to get much done. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the other distraction that they have, which is Brush, seems to be getting a lot done, but as I say that, the Tetris do get the Rainmaker down, but does go down himself. He's able to get a double before going down. And Toxic is going to pop that Booyah Bomb. Sorry, did I say Booyah Bomb?
Yeah, I'm noticing that what OwO Gang is doing is they're just constantly going behind West Broadway, constantly on the sides, constantly flanking them. And maybe that's their way to deal with this Hydra, you know? Because as far as I can tell, there's a lot of pressure on Debbie. You know, Debbie is under a lot of pressure as far as I can tell. For the last time I've seen her go down a couple of times, that is not normal for her. And she has some pretty sweet tea on the Hydra as she stays away from Dev. But we'll see what they do in this push here.
They're going to get the lead here as the only one watching there was the charge who does get the snipe there to end that push here. And someone comes helping to put down Sam. And now we've seen OwO Gang is going to get control back of mid. And they're going to have to make their own push here. They do have missiles ready, which they do use. They do have Splash on Bomb Rush ready as well, which they do start using as well now. And they did use those specials, but they didn't find any picks with them. So it just seems like, they use, as I say that, they do have one, but Toxic drops down, gets the Rainmaker, making the hero plays he's been making here all season. And he's going to use his Booyah Bomb here right now. He's going to throw that straight at the Rainmaker and back up once again, just in a sense, just waiting for a spray. He is just waiting for OwO Gang to push in so he can find a pick. As I said, though, they try to run the Rainmaker, but he does go down, and that's pretty much going to be OwO Gang's push is over. As I say that, though, Rush gets another pick.
I gotta say that I'm genuinely surprised how OwO Gang is playing. They're actually playing pretty well for themselves. And Sleepy here on his charger has been doing a lot of work, but he's being pressured right now. But so OwO Gang just can hopefully stop feeding in, find some picks, find an opportunity, pop the specials accordingly, and maybe get the lead. But I really wish that Sleepy ran a regular charger here instead of the bomb rush one, because the Ray would have done so much on their pushes. It would have, he's going to take a swim. It would have done so much more for their pushes and maybe give him a chance to take a lead on one of the pushes.
Yeah, definitely. So right now we see what's going to happen. Just comes straight back in from that unfortunate death there, and really nice pick from the Brush there. As right now the armor comes out from both sides. It's going to be a team fight here to basically get the rights to the last push. As Debbie does get pushed though, but Debbie just staying under that ledge there, being able to clutch out the kill on the Tetris. And last second pick by Sleepy here, but is going to get pushed by Toxic and Sam as well with no one to protect them. And that's going to be game one to West Broadway Grillers, but a pretty good showing by OwO Gang for game one.
Yeah, definitely. I was expecting, West Broadway to kind of run all over them, but no. OwO Gang showing up and showing that they can possibly win these next games and win the set maybe. But they just have to pressure that Hydra.
Yeah, well, they were definitely doing that. I mean, that Brush got 10 KA there. It was a pretty close game. You guys were saying West Broadway going to come out dominate. I mean, a 15-point win, guys. That doesn't seem like domination to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Stormy's words, not mine, all right? He's the one that simps for this team.
Look. I mean, yeah, I know. I do simp for them. I love them. But one thing I want to point out was that I think one of the reasons why OwO Gang couldn't set a lead was because of, I hope I got the name right, Toxic on that 52 gal just making a lot of clutch flanks and getting a lot of clutch kills to keep them from pushing. If it wasn't for Toxic, I felt like OwO Gang could have won that game.
Yeah, well, we'll see. They do need a win to tie it up 1-1 now. OwO Gang, though, if they can get even a match or two off of West Broadway, that's going to get people thinking that OwO Gang is definitely not a lower team, definitely a mid to high range team. But obviously, they got to win a couple matches. Getting 15 points is a good start, having a really close match. But it doesn't count for anything if you still get 3-0'd here. So looking to OwO Gang, maybe they have a chance to get a game number 2 Clan Blitz on New Albacore Hotel. And I'm looking towards Sleepy. Maybe that extra range, if they pull out the leader here, might be a ticket to win on New Albacore Hotel. So that's what I'm looking to see. Someone pops their mic in half.
Yeah. I just dropped my feather and accent.
Are you okay? Major. Are you still alive?
Yeah, we good. But I just wanted to say, we're about to see Hydra on Clan Blitz Albacore. Now, if Debbie plays this right, this is going to be a nightmare for OwO Gang. Yeah. It's going to be a really bad nightmare.
Yeah, well, it's going to be the battle of the backlines as we head into game number 2. OwO Gang trying to tie us up 1-1. Let's see if they can do it.
Curious to see what OwO Gang is going to play on this map, maybe to counteract what West Broadway has, but they were dealing pretty alright with the Hydra, so it wasn't too bad. But so we see now on the side of OwO Gang, they opt to go the ballpoint. Sleepy pretty much going to challenge Debbie with that ballpoint, which unfortunately does get outranged by Hydra. So maybe not the best pick, but we will see. 10 coming out from Falcon though, as well as an L3 from, I believe that is Shogun Yams with a different name. I'm not sure, but. Right now, though, we're just seeing West Broadway taking mid-control at first. Of course, right now they are basically just having a pretty aggressive combo once again, just rapid CDS, Hydra Zap, just with a bit more range. We actually see Ninga come in here with a CDS, as he's going to see here an opportunity to push Sleepy, and does get Sleepy there. And seems like right now this is going to be starting control for West Broadway. As I say that, Ninga does go down, and seems like... Okay, seems like OwO Gang is going to go back to deal with people on their right side. So right now, Toxic is going to just push in here. Is going to get punished, though. And it seems like right now, Shogun Yams is getting these picks with the L3.
I'm going to go ahead and talk about this pick of the ballpoint. I don't know if that was the best pick, because that charger on Sleepy just does so much work and holds down an area. Like, if I'm in that area, I wouldn't want to be there, you know? So I feel like that maybe that he should have stayed on that charger, and contesting Devi on a Hydra is something that is not very wise. I know from experience. So this is going to be really hard for OwO Gang to push in, especially with Devi sitting in the Hydra. Needs to add the right amount of pressure, needs to add the right amount of paint, and maybe get the specials going. But it's going to be really hard with that rapid blast from West Broadway sitting on these bridges.
Right now we're seeing some picks coming from the L3 on the side of OwO Gang, and I think he's going to go down now. But you see, right now West Broadway kind of playing the patient game, as right now they have 15 clams, not a lot of picks, but this might be the time where they do get them. I think they might be able to get like 2 powers here, as they're kind of struggling to get the clans to work together, but they do get it and pass it to Debbie. And I think this is the start of a West Broadway push. At least we see the 10 push back, Sleepy trying to fight the front here, but isn't going to do that well in that. The L3 does go down. Toxic here, going to opt to go with this right side to hold that right side down, as there's 2 people there. And it seems like they're going to rush it. They do get the double there. It's just a Zap now left to protect that. And it seems like this is going to be the start of a West Broadway push. As I say that, Debbie does go down, but Clamps coming in from Sam here, who isn't going to be able to win that 1v1, but they still do get it down to 59, or excuse me, 56. And that's going to be an alright starting push from West Broadway here. So, OwO Gang definitely going to need to get control back in mid here when they have the opportunity. And honestly, I think right now the ballpoint pick is starting to show, as they have nothing to get past Debbie. Literally nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's so hard to fight a Hydra that is, especially one with Debbie, that some of
okay. I believe Storm's BC died, but I will take charge from here. So Debbie here on the side, now on the left side. Alfie does go down on the side of OwO Gang. 2 down on the side of OwO Gang. It just honestly seems like once again, West Broadway Grillers, with all this control, 8 clams in the ready. They only need 2 more to make a power clam, and Debbie's just spraying. And honestly, OwO Gang can't seem to find anything to do with it. The tent just drops in a basically what is hell, and it's just going to go down. L3 though, pushing Debbie. Debbie might go down here, but gets punched for pushing Debbie, and it's only Sleepy left now. And, you know, Sleepy's just going to try hold this, but of course, just that Hydra's going to outrange him. And there's not much he can do, as Falcon here tries to get Debbie. Does get Debbie. Does get Sam to stop that power clam. And the push is only going to be left to pretty much down to 46. Although Tox does get a pick onto Kalos there. And Tox going to push Sleepy now in mid. Maybe look for another pick. Does get another pick right now. Toxic just popping off, but it is going to go down, though, to Shogun Yams, who is going to instead go down to Ninja, as right now we're just seeing West Broadway just dominating this game so far. Not really much coming out of OwO Gang. They haven't even scored a power clan. They can't really get, even if Debbie doesn't have the most picks in the team right now, if they try to push her, they die. So they can't really do much. And with that, them being scared of not being able to their whole area, the rest of West Broadway is just playing around that and going and getting their own picks, just pretty much shutting out OwO Gang right now. So we see Sleepy right now on this ballpoint is going to go down, though. And right now, that's actually 2 down instead of West Broadway Grillers. One coming from spawn now with 21 clams at the ready. This could be the push they need. They do have bubbles at the ready right now. Rapid down on the side of West Broadway. 2 power clams at the ready. OwO Gang needs to do something with this. They can't just let this go to waste. And as they try to go in with bubbles, 1 does go down, 2 does go down. Yeah. Kalos, though, getting 1 pick. He's still going to go down. Sleepy now on the flank. I believe he's not be able to do much. Sleepy does get the pick, though. They do still have the power. Maybe something. 2 down inside of West Broadway. This could be a push. Just not in time. That's going to be it.
Yep, that is game. West Broadway taking the game number 2. Don't know what happened to Stormy there, but we'll try to get him back if we can. But yeah, OwO Gang maybe had a chance there to push at the end, but unfortunately not to be. They had some good kills. They had some good action going on, but West Broadway able to just edge them out. And it's interesting for me to watch West Broadway because, man, it's really like different than watching a team like Xyla, who's super aggressive, who's super fast, who's just always going forward. And West Broadway seems to be a team that has that slow pace. They're calculated, they're controlled, and it's working out for them here, IPS.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the main thing was that ballpoint pick. Like, they have a Charger main. Like, Charger does good against Hydra. Even if Devi is good, her weapon still gets countered by Charger. So, and Charger being good on the map, I really don't know why they opted to go with that ballpoint pick, because I think it just really was negative a pick. It just gets countered by Hydra. And just another thing, it's like, in general, OwO Gang got picks. It's not like they didn't get picks. They didn't get completely outmatched mechanically, but they got outmatched in the sense of comp-wise. They lost the weapon screen. Because if you have nothing to deal with Devi, you're never getting in. The only chance they got in to get in that whole match was right at the end, and they just ran out of time at the end. And even if they got that clam in, they had no extra clams. So that push was down from the start, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was a good matchup, and I do want to say thank you to Ryan, also known as Kanaki, for the resub for 2 months. Much love. Look at those emotes in the chat. You guys are awesome. But yeah, we are ready almost for game number 3. West Broadway having a good opportunity to close out the series if they can get one more win on Splat Zones. But I feel like this is a good chance for OwO Gang to get a win off of them on Splat Zones. I'm interested to see what Sleepy chooses. You're talking about that ballpoint. Will he move back to a Charger? Probably. I don't know. We'll see. We are ready for game number 3, though. OwO Gang needing a win to survive in this. And Atheon, thank you for the follow right before we go in.
Right. So, of course, hopefully OwO Gang will opt to go back to that Charger, which can be definitely good against Debbie's Hydra here. Other than that, I'm seeing a very interesting weapon there by Toxic, something you don't really see often. Neo Machine, the machine with flat bomb rush and point sensor. That's something you do not see often. Usually you see the Kenzaberry a lot more since the Fizzy is just that good, and Splash and pairs pretty well with it. But this variant is so bad itself, definitely can work well with that bomb rush. As I said, the try it on the side of West Broadway Gorillas does go down, as we're seeing on the side of the OwO Gang. They're opting to go back to the comp from the first game, which seems to be working for them so far, as they've gotten some picks and are pretty much getting the first full control of the zone here. Yeah. As Debbie goes down to that Charger, like I said, Charger counters Hydra. And we see here another pick coming in from Shogun Yams on that brush. And right now, West Broadway Grillers is pretty backed up, Luke. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
mean, it seems like that comp that we were talking about, that sniper, that charger, is really doing work again for OwO Gang. That aggression. They have all their specials up too. They can walk out West Broadway unless this bomb rush can flip the zone in time, and it does. That's going to be huge for West Broadway.
Yeah, but, you know, 2 again just go instantly down on the side of West Broadway. They do pop armor for 2, which isn't the best play here, as Sam trying to make something happen, Davy trying to make something happen as well, but we're just going to see a 2v2 situation here where Falcon does go down, though, and right now it just seems to be a massive bloodbath with, unfortunately, West Broadway not really able to get control unless now where Shogun Yams goes down, and this is where West Broadway gets their control, and this is where West Broadway is good. If Debbie can get set up, there might be nothing that Charger might be able to do.
Yeah,
I said the Charger does jump out.
So it's looking pretty good for West Broadway to get a pretty decent lockout, although one goes down now, and OwO Gang is going to be able to get this zone back. I'm feeling like, especially with the splashdown coming back, it's going to be close, but they got it.
Yeah, they do get the zone now, and they're making, I think, I'm not sure which player that was, backing up the junior, and Falcon here maybe looking to push that junior with the armor is getting them weak. They do pop another armor and does get the trade with the junior. Yeah, and right now that does mean it's a 3v2 situation. And Kalos here is going to back up as Shogun Yams does jump in, but is going to go down. And right now, Luke, it just seems to be a massive mess of kills and deaths.
He's a massive mess for sure, but I feel like West Broadway's starting to find their footing. They're getting the picks they need. If they get sleepy here as well with Ninja coming on the flank, this could be their chance to take the lead. And I think they're going to be able to hold it just long enough.
Yeah, definitely. We see Debbie there on basically the plat right now. That's the thing. She's doing the same thing that I think Taimon did against, I think it was, I'm not sure which team it was, but they did it against 10 Supremacy. Doing the same exact thing. Debbie here is just holding this right side. And if they can't get her off, you know, she's just going to hold that, and they can't do nothing about it, you know. She's just going to spawn camp them, as she's going to rev up here to be able to just put pressure on this Brush who's not going to be able to get out now. He's going to force drop on that left side with Falcon here, and they're both going to get pushed, and they're both going to go down here.
KO. IPS, I think this is over. This is West Broadway.
Yeah, this is definitely over.
Wow.
Just Devi getting set up on that right side and just basically taking complete control of OwO Gang's side. You know, OwO Gang had a lot of opportunity, like a lot of control in the first half of the game, but as soon as they let up control and Debbie got that right side, they couldn't do anything.
And Swift coming back for that last moment here, 3-0. What a game. It looked like OwO maybe had a chance to get something off of West Broadway, but West Broadway, once they found their footing, once they found a couple picks, it was all over. 3-0 on the day for West Broadway over OwO Gang.